Welcome to Crime Time News and Entertainment with a Buzz. First thing that is popping in the news, there's a popular saying in Jamaica, it goes something like this. Sorry for my dog, him turn around and him bite you. Well, people, this is exactly what happened to a man, a family man. His name is Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner had a friend whose back was against the wall, getting a very desperate situation, did not have any place to stay, did not have any sorts of food, none at all. So therefore, Mr. Turner's phone rang. He answered the phone. It was his friend. Mr. Turner knew within himself that he had a family, children, wife. So therefore, it might have been an uncomfortable situation. But because of the kindness of his heart, he decided that he was going to let a good friend come and stay at his house. He was going to accommodate that friend for a little while until he possibly got back on his feet. However, when that man was there, it seems as if that man started to act up. It seems as if the family was getting very uncomfortable. So therefore, the wife, based on her experience, told the husband, Mr. Turner, listen, your friend kind of have exhausted his stay. The welcome mat is no longer extended to him, so therefore he has to go. When Mr. Turner went to that friend, based on conversations with his wife, conversation with the family, and told him that, listen, you have exhausted the welcome mat, you need to go. That man started to use all sorts of towncraft, and I thought about him and look for some sorts of knife, and him can't find him knife, him can't find him things them. So Mr. Turner said, something seems wrong with this man's head. It looked like him now on a head. Mr. Turner was going somewhere in a town, so he left. When he left, he made sure that he locked the children's room, he locked his room, locked all the rooms with any sorts of valuable possession, any family member that could have been hurt by this man. He left and he went out of town or went to town. While he was in town, his phone rang. He got a phone call that he did not want to get. I am going to let Mr. Turner explain everything in intricate details, what he experienced, and when he came back to the house, exactly what he saw. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Started to talk loud and angry, and I said, "What my knife? You see my knife?" I said, "What knife are you talking about?" He rushed back out. I rushed to the kitchen to look at me see the knives. There were no knife in the kitchen, so I thought, hurt my life now. So I rushed up to my room, I put on my clothes, my wedding band and my watch was on the table, I rushed out, leave them. So when I rush out and so forth, I go outside, I lock my room door, lock my wife step on the room door, drop this door right here and say, alright, you need to leave here. I go down to the gate, take a cab, to half a tree, I reach half a tree. I call him back and ask me if he leave it. He said that he do. I get the car to the house, I burn down like, I get weak in my knees. I drop the bag when I have the sneakers, you know. I run off. When I run off, I run go to a friend, ask him if he can carry me up. He was like, give me a shock him could understand. So I run off to somebody else. And them say, yo, come in, jump in, I'm fine. And him carry me, come up here. And the way you're coming up, when I start trying to find out where my son is. If my son alright, and you know, somebody say, yeah, him alright. The community has done a lot, you understand? As me say, the community is not where I'm from, but it's like I'm from here. Basically, how them treat me, how them deal with me, how them welcoming, you know, and them come and them help. You know, every day I step outside at the gate, a man say me, ask me, good, you want to help with nothing, what up if you do, I wish you well. So the community has given me a whole lot of strength. And I'm going to make it start from saying I help, but not helping someone have my work again. I'm not going to do that again.
So people, like I said, the theme of this, sorry for Marga dog, him turn around and him bite you. The point in all of this is that not everybody that you know deserves to be helped. Sometimes you have to just let people find their way out. Sometimes you have to understand that it is not selfish. Your priority is your family, your kids, your wife, to make them comfortable. You should never, under any sorts of circumstance, go out of your way to help people that should not be helped. Because for all we know, this man saw the opportunity that, listen, my life is miserable, and like the saying goes, misery loves company. So therefore, this man, Mr. Turner, hard-working man, have his life in structure, meaning him have him wife, him have him kids, everybody comfortable. As a matter of fact, when the child was interviewed, the child was like about 4-year-old. Him say he miss him toy, he miss him TV, he miss everything. Because Mr. Turner, friend that he felt sorry for, came to the house and destroyed everything, burned the house down flat, down to the foundation. Nothing is left. So Mr. Turner now, a very proud, hard-working man, has to go and get some sorts of GoFundMe so that his family can build back his house. All because he decided to do what he thought was right at the time. However, it would come back and it haunted him. Even after all of this, Mr. Turner said that, listen, if I have to do it all again, not specifically this, he is just saying that he is always going to be kind and help other person because that is what is in his heart, that is his genetic makeup. However, this should be a learning for other persons out there that have friends, family that are in desperate, dire situation. Listen, you need to consider that person's background. You need to consider if that person is grateful. You need to consider if your good deeds or kind deeds might possibly come back and haunt you. And if the answer to that question is yes, then you should reconsider and just think about your family, think about your priority. Make people out there in the cold by themselves, as sad as it sounds. This deed that Mr. Turner did actually came back and haunted him. Now he is begging for help. A proud, hard-working man. Sad situation indeed. Point blank and period.
Look how them big bumbo that dig up the road and left it, man. Look there. Look them! You see that bumbo there? See same thing we are talking about. Watch it. Look
Live.
Look them on wave. Bumbo clock.
Bunch second car that you know that. Bumbo clock. Your head bust, you know. You're going to knock out in the youth.
Fuck, the man them up on the highway in the dark. Look them, man.
Some have a mash up on that. I'm not Christ.
Them man are sick. What kind of blood clot, man? Them having a
no sign, no code, no nothing.
No sign, no code, no nothing. The blood clot, this judge.
Now, people, if you think that when I tell you that Jamaica is a land of incompetence, negligence, reactive instead of proactive. That is further video proof. That is off on highway, I think, is in St. Thomas. You know, say the infrastructure people them out there and they are building. However, when they are building, it seems as if the regular, average, not commonsensical approach would be to put up some sorts of signs to make people know, say, listen, your life could be in danger. There are all sorts of ditches. There are all sorts of places in which if you're going at a regular average speed and you hit one of these ditches, one of these inconsistency in the road, your axle, your wheel, your whole front end might leak out. You might even flip your vehicle, turn over, you fling out your DEAD because of our negligence. I say this to say that this place is very reactive instead of proactive. Whenever you're doing any sorts of construction, the first thing that you want is signs that you might need. Slow down. There is a bump in the road. Just make sure, say, you take your time. Go 15 kilometers per hour, whatever is recommended. So therefore, you can go over these inconsistencies in the road. It seems as if nobody in the government relevant authority or check or whomever is doing this construction did not think about it, or they did not even give a FUCK. This is not just a highway. In a place called Walton Park, there is the same thing. There are all sorts of potholes in the road that look like some sorts of crater on the moon. So the people in the community decide that we are going to launch some peaceful protests in order to get some sorts of justice, get some sorts of action. So they decide that they are going to block these roads because of the condition. People, take a listen, take a look at this video of the protest and also the road condition, and then I'll give my piece.
Yeah, man, be a detour, mash up on the work today. All that have a detour too. Oh yeah, I say, watch it. All the chichi bus make detour. Catch it there, catch it. Yeah, man. See there, all the chichi bus have a detour. Yeah, man. Andrew, let's see what I go on. And I'm going to take something out of the 28 account. See there, roadblock. Everybody have a detour off Ness Road, Walton Park. Yeah, outfield. Watch out. Catch him. You see?
So people, like I told you before, in my estimation, most of these leaders, the persons that are managing the affairs of the country, the roads, anything, them coming like you have some sorts of crackhead for a parent. They are very negligent, they are very irresponsible. And the fact that we've heard so much corruption cases in which billions of dollars are being stolen. Whenever you go and you have any sorts of house or you buy any sorts of thing, including gas, including food, you are paying a whole bunch of taxes, 16.5% or so. So therefore we want to know where the money is going, because obviously it is not going into the schools, obviously it is not going onto the roads, obviously it is going into the pockets of these criminal organization, meaning politician. So it is not as if the people don't know that the money is there. Them just know say the money is being transferred into the pockets of these criminal politicians and not being used for what persons are paying for. So therefore we are not getting bang for buck. We are getting FUCK. So therefore, unless you take drastic actions, you will get no sorts of success. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, there was a viral video making its round on social media in which some guardsmen, beryllium guards, were seen burying their lilium in the back of a next man like some sorts of rear-end mechanic. Now people, like I said, this video was very graphic. If your stomach is strong, maybe you don't want to see it. After that video made its way on social media, there was a next video that accompanied it, and it showed a couple of guards acting very feminine-ish, acting kind of fishy. So people, I don't know if these are the actual persons that were seen in the prior video, but these are some guardsmen that are acting like some guardswomen. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Bombo crack this year. How
So people, this is my disclaimer before I proceed. Don't know if one video had anything to do with any other. Don't know if the fact that there were 3 guards in the first video in which they were burying their lilium in the next man rear end. Don't know if the fact that there are 3 guards in this video from the same place, guardsmen that are dancing, looking kind of fishy. I understand that we live in a social media era. Me just say one thing might not have anything to do with the next. I don't know these persons personally. If you know them, you can verify or validate that these are my fishy friends in the comment section. And yes, it is indeed them. I know about them. I've been a part of their party, whatever that is. So people, me just say, when we do the maths, possibility and probability, 3 of them in the back it up, jack it up video, 3 of them dancing, average person would say, yes, this is the before or the after, meaning the celebration or the dance or the chant. For no say, people are going to be D-E-A-D-E, one of them word, I-N-G, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, unless you've been living under a rock, you would not know that P. Diddy is locked up for some sorts of freaky episode, some sorts of trafficking of women, and a lot of persons' names are being called up. The latest person whose name is mixed up in this passa is Burna Boy, and this is after a sequence of pictures came out, allegedly that Burna Boy was leaving one of P. Diddy's party in a some sorts of black pants, in a some sorts of black high heels. Now people cannot validate or verify if this is indeed true. It looks like him if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck. That means it might be a fish or a freak. I am just saying. And we should not be surprised because we've seen pictures of Burna Boy dressed up in some sorts of eccentric attire before, looking kind of feminine, looking kind of fishy. So people like me say, me don't know these people, I haven't been to any of those parties. If people say him, it might be him, it might not be him. This is social media. Believe half of what you see and half of what you hear. However, when we see certain people have certain style, we should not be surprised. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if we can almost confirm it every day that these taximen, these minibus drivers, the average driver on Jamaica Road is mad and sick, them head no good. They are always blazing like some sorts of mad bat out of hell. The most recent accident took place on East Street, that is before the Ministry of Education, I think, the Ministry of Labour, sorry, in which a lady lost her life in a very brutal way. A taxi driver was responsible for the whole thing. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
One day a child seat rastal, somebody they are grung like it just some like all a woman dead to her ass. A woman dead a grung to bumbo clock, dog. The one a nasty. Girl, man. Dead to her ass. A woman a dead.
Now people, because of the graphic nature of the video, I obviously could not show everything because of YouTube's policy. It seems like this lady was either lit down, fling out of the vehicle, somebody run some sorts of red lights, some sorts of stoplights. Here's my views on these four-way intersections that don't have any sorts of stoplights. You cannot leave it up to the discretion of drivers in a Jamaica to give people there right away. Person are always in a haste, and like them say, haste makes waste, waste of life in the worstest case. Such is the case in this case. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.